The gift of smiling has always been our best asset as Filipinos. Paired with our genuine warmth and disposition, any hurdle life throws at us can easily be shrugged off with a simple smile. But behind the beams are those who choose to conceal theirs due to the congenital defect called the cleft palate or cleft lip. However, all hope is not lost because there is a group of selfless individuals in partnership with the private sector who aim to address this impediment, giving life-changing opportunities that can change the lives of those born with this disability. I'm Sean Yao, and this is Business Matters, where doing good is good business. Tender, soulful, and poignant. There are no better words to describe Chadleen Lacdo's vocal prowess. Often daydreaming that someday she'll become a professional singer and be able to touch more lives with the magic of her voice.
Mahilig na talaga po ako kumakanta, and yung family ko po kasi every time na kumakanta po ako sa harap nila, they're so supportive.
Thanks to her God-given talent and determination, Chadleen's aspirations turned to reality. But the journey towards the success she's reaping now was never easy. Behind her upbeat smile lies a painful past. One that almost obstructed her road towards her dream. Chadleen was born with a cleft palate.
Ang cleft lip and cleft palate is a congenital anomaly na usually occurs pag lumabas ang bata, hindi na complete ang growth ng lips at saka ng kanyang palate. Ang estimate is 1 for every 600 live births. Part of a cleft lip and palate is hereditary, but it's also considered multifactorial.
I'm really grateful po na na-meet ko po yung Operation Smile. Well, Chadleen is living her dream. Ngayon po kasi isang singing ambassadress na po ako ng Operation Smile. And through singing po, I get to inspire donors, people that will continue to help Operation Smile po and raise pa po ng more funds for the kids or mga tao na may mga disability.
Chadleen is just one of the many Filipinos given another chance at a normal life thanks to the tireless efforts of the foundation.
When you have a cleft lip or a cleft palate, it is very difficult. Chances are, when this thing happens, then you don't become a productive part of the society.
For 35 years, Operation Smile or OSP has made it their commitment to provide free reconstructive surgery and related healthcare to children or young adults who are suffering from facial deformities like cleft lips and cleft palates. But the task has never been easy.
The patients are in the provinces, most of the patients. To make things even challenging is that, when you have a facial deformity, you don't really go out.
Cleft lips and palates are a time-sensitive condition. When left untreated, the patient may suffer from lifelong effects like inner ear infections and speech defects, on top of social and emotional problems due to the differences in appearance.
Ilan lang ang nagagawa. Ang problema, sa pamilya ko minsan, itinatago yan. Ayaw nilang paggawa dahil sa nahihiya. And then, of course, financially, medyo may kamahalan ang pagpapa-opera ng ganito.
According to the current data of Operation Smile, there are an estimated 18,000 backlog cases of cleft lips and palates in the country that still need to be addressed. Apart from the existing cases, cleft lips and palates are still a continuing concern in the country, with the number of patients increasing every year with no accurate data.
Our government agencies must have their data for that, no? But for us here or our local providers of healthcare in a certain locality, we don't have that kind of data to show kung ilan talaga yung pinanganak na may cleft lip or congenital anomaly for that matter. Ang malaking tanong dun, bakit hindi sila nauubos? Something has to be done with regards to education and information dissemination.
Given the magnitude of the cases and the time sensitivity of the defect, the foundation has deemed it critical to have a program or application that will be able to capture accurate data to quickly identify the location of patients born with cleft lips or palates. Thus, a partnership with the country's biggest telecommunications company was born to address this specific need.
We said, we have the technology, we have the means to facilitate that. So Operation Smile was looking for patients, and then the patients naman were looking for somebody to help them. Perfect yung arrangement na yun.
The best part of all this is really coming up with a heat map of where the patients are. You know, foundations work in very small and limited resources. This system can help us.
Thanks to the patient mapping application born out of this partnership, the daunting task of documentation and record keeping through paper was eliminated. Locating patients is also now easier, thanks to the geotagging feature of the app. All of these are done with just a simple click of a button.
It enables the local health units to database yung mga pasyenteng nasa immediate vicinity niya. So it's going to make it very systematic na walang maiiwanan na pasyente.
The patient mapping application also has an offline feature that enables it to function even when used in far-flung areas.
Kahit nasa isla ka pumunta o sa bundok, you can still document yung mga cleft patients. And then once you go back to the city, you can upload the information.
So how does this all fit in with SMART's greater plan to help with nation building?
Health has always been a concern that we'd like to work on. But it's not easy, Sean, because when you're talking about people's health, it's a highly regulated field. So what we did was, as far as health was concerned, we were looking at the health information side. Building databases, capturing information that can be used by healthcare providers in order to make their work more efficient. And so this was a natural direction that we took.
Ito yung nilalakad para lang makahanap ng mga batang may cleft lip and palate. Sinusuyod yung mga ganitong lugar para mahanap yung mga bata.
Pag na-operahan kasi parang makikita mo, mas maganda yung kinabukasan niya kasi parang normal na po yung itsura niya, hindi na po yung ganong parang nakabuka yung bibig niya.
Jovial, bubbly, and full of life. Even though he's suffering from cleft lip and a cleft palate, baby Zion is still a picture of a perfect bouncing baby boy. Happily living and playing out his days without a care in the world, even with his condition. Zion's mother, Jebeth Merhamin, knows all too well the cause of her baby's deformity. Like her son, Jebeth has a facial deformity of a cleft lip, having passed it on to her son, possibly through genetics.
Sa akin ito po. Kasi pag may counseling or tuturuan kayo paano, dapat daw mag-take ng folic acid para maiwasan yung ganitong epekto. Ginawa ko para, kasi alam ko may posibilidad. Nang paglabas siya, ganito talaga.
Ba't di kayo nahihiya mismo?
Kasi anak ko siya, tapos wala naman sigurong binibigay ang Diyos na para sa ikasasama ng loob mo. Siguro sa akin niya binigay kasi alam niyang kaya ko.
Compared to other patients who suffer from cleft lips or palates, Jebeth says that she was lucky enough not to be ostracized in her community. She also considers herself blessed to have met the love of her life, despite her deformity.
Dito sa bukid, parang tanggap nila kung ano yung hindi masyadong mabuli yung mga tao. Kita niya naman kung anong tsura ko. Pinakasalan niya ako kay lang paniwala lang na mahal niya ako, tanggap niya kung ano ako, tanggap niya rin kung anong anak namin.
But it might not be the same for her son Zion. Just like every mother, Jebeth only wants the best for her son.
Sabi nga ng biyanan ko, wag na lang kasi kung anong binigay ng Diyos, yun na yun kasi binigay. Sa akin lang, mabuti ngayon nandito ako, kayong lula. Pero pagdating ng panahon na siya lang, sino magtatanggol sa kanya kung ganyan pa rin ang itsura niya. Ang dawat na nako kay kuan na dako na pugpug edad, si Sayon, gamay pa siya. Daghan pa ang tuig na pwede niya makuan. Sa iya diferensya, kung matahi siya, mas maayo ang ihang pagkuan sa pagpuyo nang dili siya kung anon sa ubang mga tawo.
Baby Zion is just one of the many untreated patients of cleft lip or palate in the Negros region. For the foundation to find patients like Zion, they have to rely on the efforts of volunteers. Those who are tirelessly seeking patients to enlist in their medical missions, giving them a chance to live a brighter and hopeful future. For 3 years, volunteer teacher Arlene Antolo has made it her commitment to help out children with facial deformities and to spread awareness about the condition.
Kami yung pumupunta sa mga cities and municipalities sa Negros para maghanap ng mga pasyente. As teacher, nandun sa mga bata yung heart ko na magtulong sa kanila. So, laking impact ito sa akin.
Negros is the 4th largest island in the country. And that's why it's no walk in the park for volunteers like Arlene whenever they seek out patients.
Ito yung nilalakad para lang makahanap ng mga batang may cleft lip and palate. Sinusuyod yung mga ganitong lugar. Mahirap talaga kasi aakyat ka ng bundok.
Traversing an island the size of Negros just to gather patient data is both time-consuming and physically taxing for volunteers like Lee. But thanks to the patient mapping application developed by the partnership of Operation Smile and the country's biggest telecommunications company, finding patients like Zion is made easier as the application promotes citizen reporting, meaning anyone from all walks of life can download the application for free using their mobile devices, gather data, and submit the patient information and location to the database, making it easier for volunteers to monitor patients. Operation Smile can then monitor and administer follow-up care if necessary.
Once ma-download mo yon, parang nag-fill up ka lang, parang nag-Facebook, fill up ka ng details mo, and then meron namang guide doon kung anong klaseng condition, as pipicturean mo lang siya, and then once it's submitted, you're done.
Ito yung app na to makakatulong sa atin kasi paperless na to. Mas madali na yon kasi titingnan mo na lang yung details nila kung sa anong lugar sila. Isang click mo na lang, mahahanap mo na agad.
Operation Smile utilizes volunteers globally to conduct medical missions. These missions serve as an effective model to address the need to eradicate cleft lips and palates in the country, as a free reconstructive surgery successfully meets surgical needs and overcomes societal barriers to healthcare access. Just this May, the foundation held its 25th medical mission in Bacolod, helping out 139 patients of cleft lips and palates, along with baby Zion. And just like Zion, Jebeth's sister was also a beneficiary of the foundation's medical mission 2 decades ago. With this year's campaign theme, Until We Heal, Operation Smile aims to strengthen their mission of transforming lives by giving free reconstructive surgeries.
I think it's the labor of love of each volunteer that comes here, doesn't get paid, but gets paid back in terms of satisfaction.
And through the effective use of technology, bridging the gap within the local public health ecosystem in the country has never been easier, providing a convergence between patients and healthcare professionals.
It takes a village to raise a child. This is exactly the truth. And this is where I appeal to a whole lot of folks. You know, you have to enable, the social worker, because the social workers are the ones closer to the ground to see the patients.
Through the efforts between charitable foundations and the private sector, children like baby Zion are assured of a future where they can play an active role in their communities.
Makaluwa lang po ng kasiyahan.
There really is no secret.
pag na-operahan kasi parang makikita mo, mas maganda yung kinabukasan niya kasi parang normal na po yung itsura niya, hindi na po yung ganong parang nakabuka yung bibig niya.
How does this increase the efficiency of, liaising local government units or other NGOs or civil service organizations?
The mobile app that we developed for Operation Smile is a generic platform that you can actually redesign with some programming work to address other concerns. But the underlying program is essentially the same. That there's so much you can do with mobile technology developed in this way, with the right software, with the right back end, and a lot of good can be done.
It's no secret that Filipinos are a happy bunch and resourceful in finding new ways to spread positivity, just like the business approach of this shop.
The Happy Project is a social enterprise, and all of these products are made by the differently abled members of our community. So that's the unique selling proposition. So we spread happiness not only through the positivity and inspiration you get from our products, but also by giving hope to all those people that we give jobs to.
What started out as a passion for travel and love of motivational and positive statements, business concept has married the idea of combining functionality and spreading good vibes through skillfully crafted products. But for their business to truly make its mark on society, the founders of this shop deemed that for their business to be successful, there must be more to just making profits. Their business must be able to promote equal employment opportunities.
We approached the DSWD, and then we went here to the Rehabilitation Sheltered Workshop here in Quezon City, and then we saw that all of the products can be produced by the deaf and mute community, and we were like, okay, this is a good sign, this is a good start, so let's start partnering with them and let's start working with them. So from there, we started the Happy Project.
Uplifting, encouraging, and inspiring people through positive statements printed on their products is just the tip of the iceberg of the social enterprise's advocacy. What matters most for the business is how they support and empower persons within the disability workforce through equal employment opportunity.
More than spreading happiness, I think the biggest impact of the Happy Project is we give hope to these people. They feel that they're capable of doing things as much as what we can do as normal people. This is the Rehabilitation Sheltered Workshop here in DSWD. So this is where all of the products of the Happy Project are being made. So the deaf and mute community produces all of our products. Okay, next. So this is the printing section of the DSWD Rehabilitation Sheltered Workshop, which is also the place where we print all the products of the Happy Project. All of our products are being done manually via silkscreen printing. So this is the first step, the silkscreen printing, and then after that, we let it dry for about 20-30 minutes, and then it's all done.
Managing a business that employs differently abled members of the community may be challenging, but has never been viewed as such by the company's chief happiness officer.
Founding the Happy Project and sustaining the business really fuels me and gives me so much empowerment. And it makes me feel that being able to give inspiration to others is such a good way to really go through with your life. That it's not only living your 9-to-5 job that can sustain you and getting a good pay, but also really giving hope to other people and creating an impact to other people's lives.
Mula nung napasok ko sa Happy Project, yung bahay ko kasi medyo butas-butas yung bubong, sahig, sira, medyo hindi maganda talaga. Napagawa ko yung bubong ko, yung sahig, kumakain kami ng mas tama na sa oras.
Life has never been easy for Edwin Bibo or Kuya Bibo for his colleagues. A polio victim since he was a young boy, and coming off from a life of poverty, things were never handed to him on a silver platter. Even the simplest form of activities are a chore for Kuya Bibo, but despite the challenges, Kuya Bibo always carried on with his head up high.
Polio victim ako. Bali, 5 taon, nung ako'y maliit pa nagkasakit ako. Pagkagaling ko nga, makarecover ako. Mahina ng katawan ko, lumit ang paa, pumayat. Sa akin parang hindi naman kasi parang normal pa rin ang pagkilos ko.
Hindi ba kayo nahihirapan?
Hindi naman po. Nasanayan ko na lang yan pag-akyat ko. Nakakaakyat. Sanay-sanay rin. Simula bata pa ako, kahit saan, sinanay ko na yung sarili kong makyat kahit saan. Kaya hindi rin pwedeng magpabigat yung katawan ko para makaya ko yung katawan ko. Naiangat ko kagad.
Kuya Bibo says that he was never a charity case despite his condition, even often searching for blue-collar jobs just to support himself. But even with his unparalleled optimism, this sometimes is not enough to escape society's stigma for those with disabilities.
Malit ako kasi talagang porsigido ako sa buhay ko. Nagbuti na ako, nagtinda ng dyaryo, pumasok ako ng construction, naging taga-pintor ako ng mga bahay, electrical, pumasok din ako ng company kasi wala namang ibang tutulong sa akin kundi sarili ko rin. Kaya nagpursige ako sa sarili ko. Marami na akong nadaan ng pangusga.
Still, life went on for Kuya Bibo. Even building a home of his own with a loving family that accepts his every flaw. A family that serves as inspiration to soldier on and endure life's hardships.
Mas doble kasi sa isang araw na paghinto mo sa trabaho, kapalit na hindi pagkain ng pamilya. Kaya mas doble ang ginagawa kong pagpapursige ngayon.
After shifting from one blue-collar job to the next, Kuya Bibo finally found a career, being a sales officer for a social enterprise that promotes equality of employment and endless opportunities to even those with disabilities, thus improving the quality of life of his family and even having the means to expand their home.
Good afternoon. Proud po kayo, toast bag, teacher. Mula nung napasok ko sa Happy Project, yung bahay ko kasi medyo butas-butas yung bubong, sahig, sira, medyo hindi maganda talaga. Mula nung napasok ko sa Happy Project, kumakain kami ng mas tama na sa oras.
Working for a progressive company that aims to inspire and empower differently abled individuals is something that Kuya Bibo will always be thankful for.
Lumakas lalo yung confidence ko, pakikisalamuha sa tao. Mas marami lalo ako nakikilala, nagiging kaibigan. Tsaka talagang parang tumaas yung antas ng buhay ko para makisalamuha sa kanila. Simula nung napasok ako sa Happy Project.
There's so many plans ahead for the Happy Project. So in 5 years' time, we really want to provide more jobs to more differently abled members of our community by having our own The Happy Project community. Meaning we want to have our own sheltered workshop wherein we can house all the differently abled members of our community. And by then, we wanted to invite other enterprises as well to have their products be made by our differently abled members of our community.
join us again next week as we share more inspiring stories of communities and people whose lives have changed for the better. For comments or suggestions, follow us on Facebook, Business Matters PH, or on our website at www.businessmatters.com.ph. Again, I am Sean Yao, and this has been Business Matters, where doing good is good business.